Hello. Hey. Hey, Bry. We're here. What's up? How are you doing? Bry, I wanna apologize. I didn't realize you guys were just gonna Jackbox like immediately at noon. I was at work. I had French class afterwards. I felt really bad, but I'm glad you got a room together. I saw you guys gaming for a long time. Let me get some coffee. I still got some morning voice. But but it's the weekend. It's the weekend. So last night I did some Fallout 3. I was like, do I want to do Dead Space? And I was like, no, horror games are a little bit I don't want to say they're stressful, because I don't think they're scary, but when you play them with headphones on, they're pretty scary. So, um I was like, let me do some Fallout. I didn't want to do New Vegas because I'm a little too into that game, so I was like, let me do Fallout 3. It's a lot chiller. The game is in French. Whoops. But I think it's kind of funny, so I don't want to change it. And it's good practice too. Um, but as you could see, I have the map here because I think it's fun to talk about the locations of Fallout 3. Because the studio that made it um, is in Washington D.C. So let me just get the map going here. Is it working? There we go. So the studio that made uh, Fallout 3, they are based out of Alexandria, which is in Washington D.C. Right? And if you ever play the game and you look at like the highways and kind of the general geography, it's it's Washington D.C. It's actually pretty good. It's a lot better than New Vegas because New Vegas kind of compresses the whole American Southwest. But they did core of DC and its outlying suburbs. They did a really good job, right? And so you can kind of see some recognizable places here. DC, Alexandria, Germantown, right there. Germantown is a super mutant area. Yeah, and then the American Southwest is very, people think it's great, but then I grew up doing 10-hour road trips to visit family, and it's like, nah, that doesn't translate into a video game. It's not Desert Bus. Um, Olney, Olney's a real location in Fallout 3, right? So I think it's really good that they put all of that into the game. But specifically, we're doing uh Point Lookout today, which is the swamp-based area. And now, if you go in Washington and you look here at Chesapeake Bay, which is the large bay outside of it, and you look at the end of this little point here, there it is. Point Lookout State Park. It's a real place. Now, it's not like in the game where there's a kind of a carnival town and an old manor, right? They took some creative liberties with it, but this is a place, right? Does it show? I guess not. Maybe the photos will. I put a little bit of a crop on it. There we go. Look at that. Wow. Oh, look at that lighthouse. Lighthouses are really cool. I love them. Okay, so that's Point Lookout. There's other DLCs. There's one on an alien spaceship that's not on Google Maps, unfortunately. Um, there's one in a computer simulation. We don't have that one. What other one do we have? Oh, we have Pittsburgh, right? So, Bry, I don't think you're American. I think it's a little bit weird for you. But there's Washington in the middle there, and you could see Pittsburgh to the northwest. And what really doesn't show is, will this read? There we go. There's a bunch of like mountains, kind of really shitty mountains in between DC and Pittsburgh. So um, that's why it's kind of neat to go over there. Pittsburgh is a really cool place. But yeah, just San Fran and LA. Oh, West Coast. Oh, that's pretty nice. When we do follow New Vegas, I'll go over some of the geography there because all of those landmarks are real. They're just not to scale, of course. But yeah, I think it's really neat to see a game use real life geography. Yeah. Thank you. No, I mean, I think that they did a really good job with the game because a lot of people like Far Cry, like Far Cry will do a weird fictional, it's in wherever land. It's in Pakistan, and it's like, well, there's real places in the real world. You could do it, and look at this, like they did DC, and it's actually fairly real. Like if you look at the Fallout map, the map of Washington D.C. is pretty close to scale, you know. The mall's a little bit different nowadays, but it's all there. So, enough screwing around. Let's get into it. Hold on. Is that it? There you go. Look at that. Yeah, but Bri, I hope you're having a good day. I think it's like afternoon for you already. That's insane. So keyboard out of, oh jeez. Oh, it's a coffee cup. Coffee. Okay, there you go. What is that? What the hell is that? Okay, don't worry about that. So we are in Point Lookout, and right now we're kind of in a we took the ferry from the main game down here, little riverboat. And this DLC is very unique. I think all of the Fallout 3 DLCs are really unique because they all take Fallout 3 and they all try to make it something different, right? Um, the DLC that is Operation Anchorage tries to make the game Call of Duty. In Fallout, it doesn't really work that well. This DLC tries to make the game Silent Hill. It plays a lot with render distance. It plays a lot with fog. A lot of the shapes you see are really well done. Um, the every DLC does something stylistically very different, and I enjoy it for that. We helped a ghoul, a radiation man, fight off some weird native people. I don't want to say native; they're like in a cult. And he wants us to go investigate the cult. And so we're going through to their church over there to see what's up. But this game is very much American South. Like, if you ever go to America and you're in like anywhere from Maryland to um, and I would even say like along the coast, Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, anywhere that was the Confederacy, really. You will see places that look like this, a little bit rotted. We are wearing a Confederate hat, trader hat. Go talk to Henry.
Hey, bonjour.
Oh, Haley.
Bienvenue au bazar de Halle. Nous avons du bazar. Non, non, ça va. Mais j'ai pas l'habitude de voir des gens par ici. En général, mes clients, eh bien, je les sens avant de les voir.
So he usually
Les
deals
gens des
with
marais, essentiellement.
the
Je
locals,
suppose qu'ils ne
the
m'embêtent pas
real
parce que je suis
locals.
né ici. Ils troquent généralement de la viande et des fruits. Jamais d'argent ni d'objets. Les mercenaires, c'est plutôt du matériel, alors si vous avez besoin de munitions ou de trucs du genre, je peux vous aider.
Okay, let's just see if
Bien sûr,
what he has for stock
j'ai
here.
toutes sortes de choses. Regardez
Um,
vous-même.
it's a little bit hard to sell things because there's not too many salespeople in the DLC. Even though there is lots of junk. We don't think we want to sell any of that. We're good here. Cigarettes. Cigarettes are worth pretty good money in this game. bunch of shotgun ammunition. That stuff really goes farther than we think it does. I think this will do it. So there's like some weird like cult people attacking that ghoul. But unfortunately there's also natives. And there's a unfortunate stereotype of people who live in the swamp areas of the United States, who live in, you know, Alabama, that type of rural Bible Belt area. And they take that stereotype really far in this, which is, you know, good in a horror sense because it makes things very awful looking. But we'll see how the natives act here. I think we're gonna get attacked by some hillbillies. And there's some more behind us. We're not gonna fight them. Yeah, these are like inbred kind of swamp folk looking guys. And really, you know, kind of reminds me of The Hills Have Eyes, that kind of vibe. Yeah, it's an unfortunate stereotype. Oh, jeez. Yeah, so they did a really... I don't know. They did them dirty, but at the same time, it's supposed to be horror. Oh, this is the lady that makes moonshine. Moonshine is, you know, illegally made alcohol, which is really common in this part of the United States. A lot of people make alcohol and, you know, poorly regulated. Sell it out of the back of a truck in the parking lot of grocery store. Really common. I think it being French is really fitting for this because a lot of Louisiana is French speaking. So hearing French, and the game just crashed. Bruh. Great. Love it. You know, Fallout's pretty stable. There's no mods in this. But, you know, okay. That's part of the Fallout experience. Oh, we might get hold on. We might get to see a loading screen. Ah, no, my computer loads too fast. We didn't lose that much because it saves when you come out of a shack. So we're fine. We lost maybe 30 seconds. Yeah, so there's a lot of moonshine here. There's a lot of illegal alcohol. There's a lot of smuggling and contraband. Are these guys going to crash my game again? I hope not. Well, Why are you there? You're in a bush. Uh-oh, my gun's jamming. You know, an interesting thing about the area here is that there's a lot of weird, like, zombies. The ghouls are presented as zombies in this area, which I guess isn't lore accurate, but is pretty fun. Um, very Night of the Living Dead. Hey, Gloomy, what's up? We're playing Fallout 3 in Hillbilly Land. There's also a lot of voodoo. We're gonna see a lot of like voodoo dolls and shit here. There's a zombie right now. Oh shit. And you know, there's a weird glitch with this DLC. They're not all in French, but I try to put them in French to get some exposure. This DLC, because you're in a swamp, I don't care what you have to say. Let me in. Okay. He says, go fuck yourself. We have to go enlighten ourselves. We have to go all the way across the fucking map. Gloomy, you don't get to say French-a-boo because you're Canadian. You've had more French than I have. Oh, we could go up north to the... Yeah, so it seems like it's pretty easy. We're killing everything in one shot. That's because there's a terrible glitch with this game. This DLC, if you play it on a regular difficulty, the enemies will instantly kill you. And the reason is because they accidentally gave the enemies, whenever they hit you, they just subtract health, like, as an effect. And no one's ever fixed it. And it is, you will instantly die. So you have to play the game really early, low level. And I play it on very easy because this game is ridiculous when you turn up the difficulty. And I like to have fun. Oh, there's also fart gas coming from the swamp. Pretty sure we're gonna get, yeah. We're gonna get attacked here. It's not that they never fixed it. They wanted the game to be hard, even though you were high level. And, they turned it up way too much, and then they just never fixed it. So you could say it's intended, I guess. But, you know, when you're wearing, like, the best armor in the game, you still die in, like, 3 hits, so... Ooh, lever action. So we're in a prison camp right now, which is also a very American thing. America loves prisons. And this prison camp specifically kept Chinese prisoners from causing trouble during the war with China. Not that that would ever happen in real life. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes the media art hits too close to home. Okay, we're done here. There's a quest in there, but we'll do that. I don't know if I want to do that, actually. It's a pain in the butt. Hear you. God damn, there's a lot of them. Is there more? There's more. There you go. Ooh. Ooh, this is a, we could get the fart grenades here, I think. Can we? No, this is the wrong one. Yeah, that's not the fart cave. There's a bunch of dead people in the ground, so all the rotting bodies makes a bunch of fart gas. And that's like a real thing in this game. You could pop the bubbles. Getting irradiated. Yeah, I really wish I could visit Louisiana. I love the cooking. I try to do a lot of cooking based on Creole Cajun cooking. Fishing? Fishing? Is that a Para reference? I think she's doing her fishing stream today. Here's all the voodoo shit. Bunch of fucking dolls and fucking crossbones. Oh, look at that face. Holy shit. Yeah, so all these plants are plants that heal you. They're pretty nice. They heal you and they also remove radiation, which is wonderful. Except they're heavy and they suck. So, you know, so much for that. All right, we finally made it in. We get to watch our actually no, we still have to fight a little bit here. We're going to go get high from a big plant. Snort those seeds and we're going to have a bad trip. So at least that's really fun what they do with this game. But first we have to fight a bunch of crabs. Another doll. Interesting. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about voodoo stuff. I'm not really superstitious, but at the same time, I'm not gonna fuck with it, you know? Oh, this fucking crab has my number. Yeah, like, you know, I'm not gonna be like saying bad things in a church or like, you know, touch this and your soul will be trapped. I'm not gonna fuck with that. And voodoo is like, yeah, you know, just in case. I'm not, you know, I'm not saying I'm superstitious, but I'm not stupid either. I'm not fucking tempting fate like that. And it brings up one of my favorite X-Files episodes. Some fucking air traps and shit. There's a X-Files episode of people from Haiti in a concentration camp, and the leader of the camp does voodoo, and it has one of the scariest like hallucination scenes where Scully is she's getting choked out by some dude in the car, and but it's actually a voodoo curse, you know, but she doesn't believe in it. But she touches a voodoo charm that a little kid gave to her, and the guy disappears, and it clears the hallucination. And I'm like, man, you know, I'm not, just in case, right? You don't want to be that. You don't want to be like that. Someone dies of a heart attack. They can't explain why. You don't know what it was. I think we got more crabs. Jeez. Now, because this is the first Fallout game that was in 3D, first-person 3D, I think the art style in this game is the strongest. Stronger than New Vegas and stronger than Fallout 4. Yeah. Ah, there's one behind me. Oh, Jesus. You don't want to be the guy. You don't want to, yeah, you don't want to be the guy. Oh, there's nothing wrong with this, and then immediately dies to it. Yeah. Yeah, that's always a trope in the horror movies. Um, but like these enemies are really good looking. but we got lucky. And Fallout 3 was the first Fallout to be made 3D, first-person 3D. So they had to do all the art from scratch. And I have a little Fallout art book. Unfortunately, it's a very small art book. I'll see. It's still in storage. So I'll see if I could pull it out. But remember, it was really, really good art. Really good concept art, retrofuturism. Here it is. The Big Bud. The Big Punga. And we're going to go take a whiff of these. Don't hold it in. It doesn't do anything. Oh, you got the Bloodborne art book? I don't think I have the Bloodborne one. That's what I'm looking for. I have like an Ace Combat one. I have a Destiny one. I want the Killzone one so bad, but it's like $300 because it's like 15 years out of print. Well, this wasn't here before. You found Bubblehead. You're pretty stupid. Thank you. We already knew that. And one of the great things about this is we are, you know, we're hallucinating right now. Strength. Look at that tree. That's... God, I fucking love this game. Holy shit. Now we have this filter on, and this is like a motion blur. When we turn our camera, kind of blurs us a little bit. Just a random bone saw. Okay. This is me on a Friday night. And the audio hallucinations? Love it. Alright. What's wrong with this photo? God, this is... You know when a game does something that's designed so well that it almost takes you a moment to notice that it's even going on? Like we're on the ceiling now? Oh my goodness. I love it. Oh, look at that. Sewing us up. What is this? Oh, this is our mother. Well, that's morbid. And now we're playing this early game. Oh, Jesus. What the fuck? So all of these are supposed to be people we know. There's Amada. Nice ass. Elder Lions, we haven't met him yet. Moira, we met her. Hello.
Félicitations, mon garçon. Vous allez vous en sortir. Et tout sera comme neuf. Non, non, n'essayez pas encore de vous lever.
Don't get up. You're gonna hurt yourself. And now we're here. Hey. No. Don't you give me that. Okay. So now we came out of the swamp. And we've been lobotomized. Oh, I hate it when that happens. Oh, shit. You know? Fuck. Can we put a hat on? No. No, we can't. We have to go to the, you know, go out on a Friday night. Millipede. Oh, jeez. That's...
Je te souhaite la bienvenue. Je vois que la mère Punga t'a fait.
Okay, so now that we've been lobotomized, the food is slightly better. Oh, level up. Level 6. We have lockpick to 50. I think we should start getting a little bit of explosives here. Would like some heavy weapons as well. Bloody mess, toughness, more caps. We don't care about that. I don't know. This is kind of a tough one. I guess there's no downside to bloody mess, but I'd rather pick something more interesting. But the perks in this kind of suck. We're gonna use Child at Heart. That'll help us out later. Now we need to find her, Hot Redhead. Hello.
Un autre nouveau membre de la tribu. Et
And she removed our scar. Funny how that happens. And her mouth is kind of fucked up. I never noticed that. It was like a little cleft nose. I mean, okay, I don't really care about any of the dialogue. Because everyone here is stupid.
transcende toi.
All these people have been lobotomized and they're just fucking stupid. So she put her hair back, and we can put our hat back on. Oh, our hat's broken. Fuck. Okay, we're gonna get another hat. Find some zombies. Let's get the shotgun. Ooh, that was loud. Holy shit. So if you follow the quest marker and you go back to talk to the Desmond guy and you say, hey, I found out who's leading the tribe, and you check in with him, he'll say, are you a fucking idiot? Why don't you go deal with the guy instead of checking with me? Which, you know, he's got a point. So you just have to go deal with the guy, and it saves you a quest step. I love these distant, like, buoy bells. They're so charming. Actually, we found the cave. I kind of want to go... There's a boat somewhere around here that has a quest in it that I actually want to do. I think it has a quest marker. I sure hope it has a quest marker, because otherwise we're going to glitch into the water. Ooh, beer. Do I have beer in the fridge? Yeah, but it's not even 10 o'clock. It's too early for that. Ah, there's the boat. I see it now. Oddly enough, there's a glitch that we're using right now. When we defended that mansion over there, he gives us a perk called Superior Defender. And the perk is whenever you are not moving, you do like 5 extra damage, right? And that sounds great. Hold still and you do a little bit extra damage. And normally, that would be perfectly fine. It works great. Sounds like it works. It works. Unfortunately, they kind of messed up, and the bullet damage effect applies every instance of damage. So if you hold still and you shoot something like a minigun that shoots a bunch of bullets, it will do a silly amount of damage. It also makes our shotgun a lot better. There we go. There's our hat. There you go. Perception +1. I love the sound design of this boat. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. So there's there we go. Frontea Antique. Now we got the quest. Let's go do the coast and finish this guy. So interesting thing about that quest is it explains why there's so much swamp gas, natural gas, that is flammable. People want to exploit it because during the Civil War so many people were buried that their rotting bodies are making natural gas. But if you complete that quest, you get a bunch of fart grenades. And they're grenades that you can... don't drink the water. Don't drink the water. You get a bunch of grenades that make explosive gas, which you can then light on fire. Which is really good for glitching certain things out, because the damage from the gas that you light on fire doesn't come from you. So you can kill people without making them aggro to you. Which is, you know, usual jank. Ow. Okay, you need to stop. He hurt her head. And her arm, jeez. Never knew what this was. This looks like brain to me. I guess it's some kind of like coral. Pretty disgusting. And here are all the coffins from the war. Wow. I think there's... oh yeah, there's guns here. And hats, more importantly. There we go. Don't drink the skeleton water, please. So in this, this brain is telling this guy what to do, but this guy's a retard. So we fix that. And then this guy is fucking... fucking asshole. Okay, get out of here. Speaking with voices, des voix. Alright. So we found out the brain is behind the attack, so let's go tell Desmond this. Desmond has a couple dogs.
Je savais qu'il était derrière tout ça. Au bout de toutes ces années, il a fini par sortir la tête et je vais la lui arracher. Façon de parler, bien sûr.
And so he just revealed to us that he knows the brain and they have been fighting each other for 200 years. Which is, fucking stupid. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the amusement park and put a jammer on the Ferris wheel. And that jammer is gonna stop the brain signal from broadcasting, limiting his reach.
Le professeur Calvert. Inutile de chercher. Je suis dans votre esprit.
Get a sniper rifle out.
Ça alors, monsieur le fidèle caniche de Desmond, vous venez détruire mon œuvre, pas vrai? Eh bien, j'ai une meilleure idée. Si, au lieu de jouer son jeu, vous dites
Let us save.
sale petit appareil.
So the brain is talking to us,
Dans le compacteur à ordures voisin, et nous n'aurons plus à nous en soucier.
and he wants us to put it into the trash compactor.
Vous assurer que la gratitude du professeur Calvert vaut largement celle d'une boule au bout du rouleau.
Okay, who are we gonna pick? Are we gonna pick Desmond or the brain? Well, Desmond is an asshole, but he's an asshole that we know, so we're gonna pick him.
Espèce d'imbécile, qu'avez-vous fait? Vous allez payer pour ça très cher. Personne.
And now we get ambushed.
Comprenez? Vous allez subir. Et cette boule, allez, ça. Vous cherchez.
Tu retourneras.
Love how the sniper sounds in this game. Too bad it's not very good. Now, I think this actually stops us from fast traveling. So we have to fight our way back to the mansion. Where's he at? go. Only got 2 mags left. And as we head back to the mansion, I'm sure the brain is up to something. That fucker. We're gonna see what he does. I like how all the trees are popping in. That's fine. Part of the charm. Oh boy. I hope nothing bad happens. Actually, we should save. This might crash our game. Oh shit. Well, that was unfortunate. Okay. Another 5 in repair. I think that's really useful. Let's do some heavy weapons. We don't have to put too much into this because some of the perks later on give us a huge boost to it. Let's do explosives. Explosives 50 gives us a perk that is really nice. We could do comprehension for skill books. That might be nice. Or we'll do intense training. Let's pump our luck. Why not? Now this is maybe this is unintended, but I think it's really nice where the mansion was our focal point and the mansion's gone and what's left is the lighthouse and you're never gonna guess where we're going next. Earlier, Desmond talked about his safe room, so we know he's alive.
L'enfoiré. L'enflure. Il a tué mes chiens. Il a failli me tuer.
But
Pourquoi?
the explosion killed his dogs,
Pour agir,
so he's
il a
pissed.
essayé de me faire sauter? Moi? Eh bien, je vais en finir aujourd'hui. Desmond Lockhart va enfin avoir sa victoire. Je sais où il est. Il a raté son bluff cette fois. Vous et moi allons entrer là-dedans et en finir.
Where is he?
Au phare.
The
Il a
dogs?
un
Yeah, the dogs are
lapin
doing.
sous ce petit
The game is
fusil.
not in Spanish, it's in
Il aura
French.
été sous mon nez tout ce temps.
Yeah, it's
Il a
I'm
trouvé
learning
comment
French, so it's in
renforcer son
French.
signal pour percer le brouillage quand il a envoyé ses
But don't worry, I'll
indigènes
tell you the
tuer
major
mes
story
pauvres
points.
petits chiots. Il est là-bas. Il se cache derrière ses robots et ses machines pour sucer la vie des autres. Il est pathétique. Il va crever.
Well, I'm taking French classes, and just getting more exposure because I know all the dialogue in this game. I've played this game a million times, so honestly, just putting it in French is pretty easy. Good way to get exposure. Good way to the context of things that are going on, and the voice acting is pretty good as well. Get some armor, repair our junk. You got to think in French too. Yeah, I'm kind of. It's a work in progress. There we go. We're underweight again. Okay, I think we're good with this. There's Desmond. All right, buddy. That fucker killed our dogs. We're gonna go get him. Yes, there are a lot of French-speaking people in Canada. Gloomy, you love it. Just wait till you get doxxed and it turns out you live in Montreal or something. She was French. She was Quebecois the whole time. Desmond? Buddy, where are you going? Okay. Alright. You wish. Haha. Haha. Lighthouse? I've been to a couple lighthouses. There was a lighthouse in Seattle that I took a picture next to. Really cool. I don't know. I think naval stuff is really fun. Don't worry. He's just... Oh, look at that. Man, secret base under a lighthouse? Let's do it. Kind of a nerd thing. I like alarms. This is a nice alarm. Gatling laser? Yes, please. Big Daddy laser, I love it. This is explosive. I'm in lightly into naval stuff. I like boats. Boats are cool. They make me sick though. So, you know. Where am I from? I am in Colorado, in the middle of a country with no ocean next to me at all. So, you know. But I've been to the ocean a couple times. Really nice. Okay, dude, I'm a boat captain on the internet, so you know, take it easy. Fuck. Okay. Hey, there we go. I don't care what this has to say. All right, let's keep moving. That's a health pack. There's a bunch of... This is like the end game for this DLC. We are going to do a Lovecraft mission, which is really fun. After this, and we're going to do the natural gas mission as well. And the Chinese spy mission. I just picked up a battery. These are fucking heavy. There you go. So we're trying to get all the loot we can right now, because this is going to be a pain in the butt. I can't loot these. Hello? Nope. Gotta get the security badge from your body. Now we can move on. The base game should have had more mechanics like that, but they didn't want to have the bodies clip through the floor and then you can't proceed. You know, always a scary thing. Ow. Look at this bathroom. Bros, shitting with the squad? 4 toilets facing each other? That's team activity. Holy shit. Holding hands? Holy chills. Health pack. Oh, you have, yep. You have that key. Oh,
On se disperse.
I like how the robots that have brains, if you blow up the brain, just blood just comes gushing out. Good little touch. Shows that they care. Let's see here. Drop you. There, that should be fine. Okay. Their Big Daddy laser. Fix that. Trying to get all the repairing stuff done pretty quickly. Okay. Grunting together? Nah, bro, I eat fiber. I don't have to sit there grunting.
Restez près de moi, bon sang.
When you make comments about each other's dietary choices. Oh, look at that. What now, bitch? Talk to the professor or kill him. Man, fuck, that's a tough choice. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. Shit. Perfect.
Enfin. Le monde est enfin débarrassé de ce cerveau arrogant, écœurant et pleurnichard. Rendez-vous compte, tout ce qu'il a appris, tout ce qu'il a eu, tout est ici.
Yeah, so congratulations, you beat a guy in a jar. And then he's like, yeah, I don't give a fuck what you do. Just get out of here. You could take whatever you want. And I'm like, that's okay. I'm okay with that. TBH. So, now we get a bunch of loot. That's a blood bag. Just wait. Okay, we could work with this. Ammunition has no weight. We take all that. Microwave emitter, that's the unique weapon of this DLC. It's a pretty bad weapon, but it's unique. It has the same model as the mind control gun that you can use to put people into slavery. You know, which is fitting because this DLC takes place in the Confederacy. Lol. Let's see here, and we're done. Wow, what a good DLC. What else do we have to do? Okay, let's go back to the riverboat. And we can go fuck up the guy who gave us a lobotomy. And we'll be good. We'll be good. We could actually we'll do the other quests here too.
Eh, vous tombez à pic. J'ai découvert qui farfouille dans nos crânes. Et vous ne devinerez jamais qui...
Okay, so she told us that Hobar, the boat captain, was behind the lobotomies,
Eh bien, mais c'est
and he's
monstrueux.
like, what are we gonna tell him? You are a dead man. Go fuck yourself. What a good ending. There you go. Gives us a hat. Key. Alright, what else we got? We're gonna take your clothes. Take your hat too. Then here's all the brains he cut out. Look at that. Little gore factory here. And this brain is ours.
Alors, on s'amuse?
Okay. So she's not a vendor, unfortunately, so we lost a vendor. But that's the quest. We get to free travel back to
Le destin m'a...
back to
Ah, je
Washington,
suis
D.C.
contente de... Je savais bien que vous étiez là pour ça.
Uh-huh, sure thing, lady. Hey, Lonely. Yeah, we're playing Fallout 3. Where is the mansion? I think this is the mansion here. Kill some hillbillies. Okay, actually, where are the quest markers? Oh, this is not modded. This is vanilla. These are all pretty spread out. Fuck. Alright, let's go to the one in the far corner. It's not modded, but we've already crashed once. We should save. So, you know, just play it at your own risk. I played it on PS3. That's when I first played it. This was the very first game I had on the PlayStation. PlayStation 3. Makes me feel really happy inside. There's a lot of them. Oh, yeah, so, sometimes these games have some trouble, but there's a really good modding support. A lot of good guides out there. I don't think they're ever going to come out with a remake of these. Just because it would take so much effort. And, you know, it's kind of sad that I played this and I loved it. And I played Fallout New Vegas and I loved that too. And I played the old Fallouts and I really liked them. And then I played Fallout 4. And I cannot tell you how much I hate Fallout 4. Because it's like the most zoomer-brained game ever. It hurts me so much. Here we go. We're gonna... Nice muck hole. Down there. You can kind of see the air kind of wobble a little bit. And that's because of the natural gas. So if we pop our weapon down here, we will explode. So let's not do that. Shovel. Let's take the shovel. Well, you know, I don't want to say that Fallout 4 isn't enjoyable at all because I've played a little bit of it. I played it day one and I hated it. I went back maybe last year and I played some more of it. And I gave it an honest chance, right? Like I was like, all right, you know, I know I'm biased against the game, but I'm gonna sit down and force myself to play it for a weekend. You know, just like really, you know, maybe there's just a hump, right? Once I get over the hump, then I'm gonna be into it. And honestly, the game just felt too incremental. Um, none of the upgrades felt meaningful because every upgrade was like, oh, you do 5% more damage with a weapon, you know, or something like that. Instead of this game where, you know, if you go to a certain location and you just pick up a gun that's the best gun in the game, you'll just have it and it will be good, right? And it just feels a little weird, you know. And the menus are all animated, right? Like this, you know, I can just look over a gun and there's no animation, but in the Fallout 4 everything is animated, and that kind of hurts my brain a little bit. You know, it's just little things, right? And part of me was like, no, I have to like every game. I you know, I love the series, I have to like every game. And no, I don't think I have to. I think I can realize some games just aren't for me. Ah, another one. Oh man, we're what's with the radiation? Holy shit. Yeah, and that isn't to say all the changes in Fallout 4 are bad. Like, I do like how radiation hurts your health, like limits your max health. I think that's a really good change that makes you care about radiation. Because in this game, you could just not care. You know, you could just ignore it. You know, so it's good that they did little stuff like that. But you know, it's just not for me. Where's the door? Here it is. There we go. Mission complete. So we had to go to the 3 geological survey sites and get the messages here. And these are all audio messages. And it's basically this researcher who works for a energy company. And he makes the disturbing connection that these are natural gases from bodies decomposing from the war. And she faces an ethical dilemma of, you know, do I submit this as a valid site for natural gas mining? And then you read the research notes from the computer, and it's basically the energy company saying, yeah, we know the researcher is a hippie, so once she does whatever she needs to do for us, fire and or kill her. Which is, you know, very American. Now look at this fucking place. Fucking voodoo dolls and shit everywhere. Holy shit. Boy, there's nothing bad gonna happen here. Black Hall Manor? Black Hall? This is gonna be great.
Gardez vos distances. Qu'est-ce que vous faites chez moi? Eh bien, le manoir Blackhall n'est pas abandonné.
Can we talk to you?
Bien, bien. C'est une bonne chose de s'asseoir et de discuter, surtout par les temps qui courent. La conversation, un art hélas trop souvent négligé. Vous ne trouvez pas?
Yeah, you could talk.
J'en suis ravi. L'art de la conversation est l'une des choses qui nous distinguent des crétins comme ces Jean Desmarais. Jean Desmarais qui, je dois le dire, m'ont pris un livre, un précieux héritage familial. Accepteriez-vous de le leur reprendre?
So he says the swamp people have taken a book that is valuable to his family. Huh. And he would like it back. You know, we're really helpful in this game. So we're gonna help you find your book.
Bien. Les fous qui l'ont volé croient qu'ils recèlent des pouvoirs, alors il sera probablement bien gardé. Il y a un lieu rituel à l'est du parc d'attractions, au sous-sol d'une maison en ruine. Rapportez-le-moi et je vous paierai.
Okay, let's go. Le Coeur Noir de Black Hall. The Black Heart of Black Hall. Let's go find this book. He marked it on the map. At the ritual site. Boy, that is... Oh, and then this lady?
Une minute. Il faut que je sache. Est-ce qu'Obadia vous a demandé de retrouver un livre?
Yes. Maybe.
Je vous en prie, vous ne comprenez pas de quoi il s'agit. Ce livre, le Crive Bekni, est une chose maléfique.
What are you talking about?
Oui,
From Beknev?
le Crive Bekni. La famille Blackhall est liée depuis très longtemps à cette abomination. Elle l'a perdu il y a très longtemps, mais il est revenu à Point Lookout et Obadia cherche à le récupérer.
Okay. He's gonna pay me. What do you propose?
Je ne peux pas vous promettre d'argent, mais j'ai du matériel médical. Je vous en prie, il faut que vous le fassiez.
Okay, so he wants us to get the book. She wants us to get the book and give it to her. Oh, we're fighting the fatties now. I hate this guy's walk animation. And they're tanky. Holy shit. So, if it isn't obvious, this is a Lovecraft reference. I think this is the reference to was it The Color of Outer Space? Or the Dunwich Horror? The Dunwich Horror. That's the one. I think. It's been a while since I read those books. Shovel? Why not? I remember this place being really weird. Nuka-Cola and some Stimpaks, nice. This is a little bit weird to have this in the middle of a swamp. you know, but I'm sure this guy is completely legit. There's nothing strange going on over here. Go left. What's over here? That's fine. You guys keep doing your thing over there. This water? This is water. Oh. There's some disgusting black water. Holy shit. Ritual knife. Sure. I don't know if that's a unique item. I think it is. And a book dipped in blood with human skin. Let's take it. What's the worst that could happen? Wow, that did nothing to him. Holy shit. Okay, 50 explosives. Some more repair, always a good thing. Do we want barter? I don't think we do, to be honest. Let's do some energy weapons. Okay. So this is the perk that kind of invalidates ever putting anything into big guns. You get 15 points into big guns. Like, why not? That's just so good. Was that... Someone just talked to us? Holy shit. So let's try going to the meeting site. Because, you know, maybe we're just a little bit suspicious about this book that is bound in human skin and covered in blood. You know, maybe it might not be a good thing. You know, maybe there's some bad vibes there. So let's see what that lady has to say. And what's the worst that could happen, right? One really interesting thing about this game. Who the fuck is shooting me? Who are you? Oh, smugglers? Really nice thing about this game is anywhere there's a point of interest, if you look up, they're circling birds. Which is a really good way to describe how the game works. The Eye Thief. Holy shit, that's written in blood. Okay, let's see what did she give us an audio log?
Ils ont attaqué pendant mon sommeil. Je ne survivrai pas. Je prie que vous n'ayez pas remis ce livre à Obadiah. Vous devez poursuivre ma mission. Il existe un moyen de détruire le Grifbegni. Mais il faut faire un pèlerinage au nord de Pont Lookout, dans les terres désolées de la capitale. Cherchez un lieu appelé Dunwich. À l'intérieur se trouve un obélisque, un objet maléfique. Il détruira le livre. Il suffit de le poser à sa surface. Que Dieu vous bénisse, mon enfant. Dépêchez-vous de rejoindre Dunwich. Dieu, j'ai un très grand regret de vous avoir offensé. Parce que vous êtes infiniment bon et que le péché vous déplaît.
Okay. So basically she says take the book to the capital wasteland. There's a monolith that we have to destroy it at. Which we're gonna do because it's interesting, at the very least. The Rideau de Velo, Velvet Curtain. I need to throw shit away. What do I throw away? Sniper's in bad condition. We'll probably toss that. That's 10 pounds. Okay. So now we're gonna do the quest that gives us, I think, the best weapon from the DLC. We have to find a Chinese spy and complete their mission 200 years after they died. Okay, so we're back in the Naval Recruitment Center. Okay, I think we need that. Okay. Cockroaches. Do I have an effect on? No. Too hard to lockpick. Okay. This is a weird one. We have to play the audio log here.
Je regrette de ne pouvoir vous...
And oh right, we have to play it.
Je regrette de ne pouvoir vous recevoir en personne,
And
agent
as it says it in the audio log, the door will open in the bank.
À l'idée de la trahison d'un grand esprit du peuple. Nos camarades vous traiteront en héros quand la mission sera achevée. Passons tout de suite aux détails de cette mission. Ce lieu sera votre planque à Pont Lookout. Au départ, cherchez à vous fondre dans la masse des Américains. N'attirez pas les soupçons. Ensuite, utilisez la clé qui vous a été remise à Norfolk pour ouvrir un des casiers publics du parc d'attractions près du motel. Vous recevrez le mot de passe dont vous aurez besoin pour accéder à votre débriefing de mission. La somme convenue vous sera versée après extraction. Hayon, agent Jiang.
Oh, did I fuck up? Oh man, I forgot. This game has a lot of back and forth, or this quest. Even though we got the mission there, we have to go. Thank you. I didn't think you'd hear that. I thought I had the gate on. We have to get that. Then we have to go back to the hotel and play the audio log at the bank. Okay, now we gotta walk in here. This is... I remember this was really confusing. There it is.
Agent Jiang. Comme vous le savez, un important bâtiment de surveillance chinois a sombré dans les eaux territoriales américaines. Votre mission consiste à détruire l'épave du sous-marin 371A avant que les Américains ne puissent le renflouer et l'analyser. Le lieu de renflouage
now we're going back to the
est
prison.
indiqué dans ce dossier, et grâce à votre
And
couverture,
everything
les Américains
respawned.
vous laisseront accéder à
Fuck my
l'opération
life.
de récupération. En revanche, vous aurez besoin d'un code pour lancer la séquence d'autodestruction. L'agent Yang, affecté dans la région, dispose de ce code dans une carte sédentaire, mais on ignore où elle se trouve actuellement. Localisez et rencontrez l'agent Yang,
We need to save.
puis détruisez le sous-marin. Ceci fait, rejoignez votre planque où vous trouverez les instructions d'extraction. Que la volonté du peuple vous protège. Agent Yang.
Okay, so remember the prison camp. In the basement of the prison camp is the dead Chinese guy. Because they tortured him and killed him. As they do. That's... There are two of you? Okay, and... Yang. Yang, there you are. Okay, so we took out his tooth, and the destruction codes for the submarine were in his tooth. And now we have to destroy the Chinese submarine so that the Americans don't get it. All the way down there. Who the fuck are you? What an asshole, dude. Get out of here. Hello? Someone on the roof? Whatever. Whatever. I don't care. Dude, someone is shooting missiles at me, and I cannot tell where. And so the submarine is still here. I don't think there's any real loot in here. What do I... Oh, the computer. Right, computer first. Start auto-destruction. And we have to press the button. Oh, did I pressed the wrong one. Oh, we need to leave. And as we walk away, we should see it explode. Hey, there we go. Okay, now you might remember we took some glasses from the toilet tank of his hotel room. Because it was hidden in plain sight, basically. So let's get our extraction information here. And you have to use the cryptochromatic glasses to find the secret exits. Here's a classic. Two guys shot each other over money. Don't mind if I do. I think one of these hotel rooms is special. But I don't remember which one. Is it this one? Fuck. There we go. Ah. This is the one. And we get the pint-sized slasher mask. Do I get a knife? I just want he gives us a knife here. An axe? No? No knife. Oh, is it here? No. Hmm. Well, we got the hat. That's a unique hat. And our completely normal clown hat. So the secret entrance to the Chinese extraction is... Who the fuck is it? Were you the missile guy? No, none of these people have a missile launcher. Okay, we need to put on our special glasses. Because I have special eyes. Hmm. There we go. 8 stim packs. Holy shit. Five? Nice. Okay. And then we need the code. Where is the code at? 132 3442. 1 3 2 3 4 4 2 3 4 4 2. There we go. Oh, we can keep our glasses on. That's cute.
êtes dans une zone dans... Habilitation confirmée.
So the big loot here, and this is gonna ruin our inventory, is all this ammunition. And all these Chinese assault rifles, which are the best assault rifles in this game. There's another one. Field d'assault chinois. 5 pounds over. I have a lot of grenades, but I don't want to get rid of the grenades. They're easy money. Drop the vodka. That's money. I don't want to sell that. We'll drop the axe. Whatever. Anything in here? Two shotguns. Use that for repairs. Hats. We'll repair our hat. Another rifle. Oh, a sword. Don't really want the sword. There's a unique sword later on. That's better. Want to be overweight. I don't want to drop. Okay, frag mines. You gotta go. All right. So the robot's really nice. He's like, hey, go into this room, and we're gonna take you back to China. And you're like, wow, this is great. Thank you. I'd love to be back in China. This is the backwater rifle. And this one is just called the antique rifle. Very strong weapon. And let's go to China. And it says here, thank you for your help, Agent Zhang. Your family will be given the money, and you have to die. So good luck with that. Well, that sucks. How are we going to get out of here? And the answer is we have to parkour. Come on. Oh, you wanna? Oh, you wanna come up? Come on. There we go. I mean, it really wasn't parkour. We just had to walk up the ramps, but that jump was a little bit of a slut, you know? And we're out. Alright, so we did the quest for the fart grenades. We did the quest for the Chinese spy, and we have the Krembeknev. That's about everything interesting here. Ooh, let's try to fix the lighthouse. If it's working. The lighthouse is broken. But if you go to the lighthouse with the light bulb from a truck, you can fix it because the truck crashed on the way to the lighthouse. But unfortunately, I think the last time I played, the light bulb did not spawn, which is kind of shitty. So we're going to the east. Why are we going to the east? Oh, did I aggro all the people from the fucking church? No, these are just smugglers. Ow. About half damage. I think one of these guys had combat armor. No. You? No. Fuck. Where did I kill him? Is that him? No. Oh shit. Wait. There it is. Okay. Okay, we need to go to the west, not the east. We need to go to the west. Okay. I think that's all the missions here. Let me think. Chinese one. Yeah, I think there's a small unmarked quest with some other stuff, but it's not really important. Here's the crashed truck, and as you can see, it's full of broken light bulbs. One of these light bulbs has to be... There it is. Look at that. Nice. Oh, it's heavy too. It's 5 pounds. We'll drop you and you. Okay, should be able to make it back to the lighthouse now. Ooh. We could find the fucking dickhead with the missile launcher here.
Regardez qui va là. J'en ai reçu une.
Did you blow yourself up? No. Ow. That's such an asshole. And we are not taking that missile launcher because it is 20 pounds. Nice.
Il m'a semblé entendre quelque chose.
Who the fuck are you? Get out of here. Alright. I love how they even put in the effort to make these Fresnel lenses, which are the special type of lenses that focus the lighthouse light. That's really satisfying. I'm really happy that we were able to fix that. You know what? We probably could have fast traveled from the roof. Oh well. Ooh, actually, can we see it on? Oh, look at that. That's nice. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, you can't see it from the boat though. Can you? No, it doesn't. It doesn't render that far. Oh, that's a shame. Okay. Back to the capital wasteland. And that lady who was looking for her daughter, here she is.
Ah, vous êtes de retour?
I found Nadine,
Oui,
safe and
merci
sound.
beaucoup. Et maintenant qu'elle a ce bateau et toute cette cargaison. Merci.
And she gives us a bunch of food that makes us overweight. Thank you. Okay, well, we're done with Point Lookout. We are... Am I still overweight? Holy shit.
Vous avez rendu un
Wait.
sacré service à cette
Ah, caps lock. So we did Point Lookout in about 3 hours. I mean, I know what I was doing, so I don't want to be like, oh, it's only 3 hours. But yeah, we did all of our major objectives. Put everything away. Piece of brain. Yeah, let's put that in the storage there. Why is this one junk and this one's not? Okay, we'll put that away for later. We don't really need the money yet. And now let's get out what we actually want to use. Armor. Our hat for perception. Okay, that's enough of that. And for weapons, let's pull out our Magnum. We'll take our assault rifle because it's easier to get parts to repair. Pistol. Okay, I think we're on 3 weapons now. Let's get a shotgun as well. There we go, 47 pounds. It's really easy in this game to be like, oh, I need to take everything. And it's like, no, this is more than enough. In fact, let's just use the pistol. Let's go get the best rifle in the game from the Museum of Science and Technology. Let's go do that quest. Where are we? Here? Okay, this is fine. I'm kind of reluctant to do the pit, because I'm gonna need the guide to get all the steel ingots, because I'm a kind of a completionist. I like the black and yellow Steelers armor. Mothership Zeta, we'll save that for later. We could do the Chinese DLC. Or the, yeah, it's a good idea. Well, let's get to Rivet City first. And we'll go from there. Let's go over here to get this location. Yeah, so there's a DLC that is, you find some guys who need to enter a American bunker, but the only way to enter the bunker is to complete a virtual reality simulation of China invading Alaska, which is a war that happened in this game. But even though it's VR, the machine is broken. Yeah, VR Alaska. Yeah, and if you die in the game, you die in real life. Just like streaming. If I die during stream, I die IRL. So, you know. So I think we'll go do that. Those are 2 DLCs that are really nice to get done early. Uh-oh. I'm not answering that. I'll call them back later. Those DLCs are really nice to get done early. Point Lookout, you have to do it early or else everything kills you. Operation Anchorage, there's no challenging combat in it, so it's better to do it early for the levels. We have discovered Rivet City. It's great. I don't think we need to do anything there. And let's discover this crossing. And there's always a random encounter around the corner. No. It's my karma. Neutral. Interesting. That's probably why. So that Krimbekniv, we'll do that later. Aiding the outcasts, let's do that. And we can access this from library. There's a dickhead in that building. And I don't want to aggro him because that building is full of traps and I think getting to him is a pain in the ass. You know, there's something to be said about Fallout 3. Fallout 3 is the best Mad Max game ever made. Probably better than the Mad Max game that came out on PS4. Because it really took a lot of style from that. Leather armor, the dog companion. I'm a little bit sad. I don't want to get the dog companion. Because I feel like if we get him, he's going to die. And then I'll be really sad. So I kind of don't want to get the dog. Okay, I don't want to fight any of those knuckleheads. I'm just going to sneak. No music. That could be copyright. I don't want to hear it. Ah, we're gonna have to fight these guys. There we go. Ooh, slice shotguns. Still no combat shotties. We need to go up there, near that fence. But since we're close by, let's get the location for the Nuka-Cola factory. We're going to do that later. Stealth boy wore off. Thank you. How do we get up there? I think we could climb on these rocks. I might be wrong. Ooh, like that building popping in. Okay. And this is the start of the DLC. I think it's just called Operation Anchorage, to be honest. Are we gonna get lucky? Are we lucky? No. No quantum. There's nothing worthwhile in this tiny little subway. All right. Let's go deal with some rude people.
Vous avez envie de crever à vous balader comme ça dans une zone de guerre? Écoutez, cutéreux, si vous voulez vous rendre utile, aidez-nous à buter les mutants entre ici et le camp de base. Sinon, foutez-moi le camp.
Okay, so he says basically stay out of our way. We are gonna use our shotgun. Now the interesting thing about this part is these guys fight all the super mutants. But the super mutants are leveled to the character. So if you do this pretty early on, oh, these guys are great. Like right now. If you do this later, if you wait until endgame to do this, every super mutant will be the hardest type and will kill them here, like in this first room. It is ridiculous. So it's a good thing we're getting this early so it doesn't break anything. Let's flutter. Magnum here. There you go. Yeah, see how they're very effective. That guy had a minigun. I don't care. And of course, when you get close to the objective, a couple more spawn just to fuck with you. There we go. Be the guy? Nope. Oh my god, don't tell me there's more. I hear them shooting. You done? This is the guy. Oh my god. Look at how slow he walks. He's walking in molasses. Need to hurry it up, dude. And no, you can't talk to him until he's at the bottom.
Alors,
There we go.
vous pourriez nous expliquer ce que vous fabriquez ici?
And what are you doing? I'm here to help.
Joli bidule. Ici Moril. Ouais, on s'est occupé d'eux.
So he says, all right, go downstairs and help him out. And you're like, yes, sir. That sounds fun. We need to save. Because this elevator can glitch your game. And this conversation we hear is basically them saying, why don't we just kill you and use your stuff? Now we have to slow walk. And this guy. Really engaging gameplay.
Le voilà, protecteur. Comme vous l'aviez demandé.
Merci, défenseur. Laissez-nous un moment, s'il vous plaît.
Je suis désolé d'insister, mais cette idée me plaît pas.
Bien noté, défenseur. Ce sera tout.
Entendu.
Alors c'est vous que Moril nous envoie. Pour être tout à fait franc, tout ce que je suis... D'accord. C'est la libération d'Anchorage, en Alaska, des communistes chinois. Un événement important de l'histoire américaine, selon notre scrim. Je ne vais pas vous mentir. C'est de la haute intensité, sans protocole de sûreté. Donc, si vous crevez dans la cime, c'est l'infarctus mortel. Vous m'écoutez?
Super. Encore quelqu'un du coin.
Now we have to follow this guy again.
Toc toc, Colline. Je vous amène du monde.
Quoi?
Ouais. Espérons que vous traiterez mieux celui-là que le précédent, hein.
Ça va bien, Sibley. Vous savez que ce n'était pas ma faute.
Bien sûr, pourquoi pas. Mais faut faire des progrès, d'accord? On a tous envie de...
And yeah, you have to wait for this conversation too.
Bien. Alors tirez-vous et laissez-moi travailler. Qu'est-ce que vous fichez ici?
Ah, génial.
Vous êtes là pour nous aider?
Okay.
Juste ce
So
qu'il
now
nous
we have
fallait.
to
Vous ne vous installez
enter the pod. Take off
pas là-dedans
everything.
pour porter la tenue qui va bien. Je ne vais pas vous laisser griller les circuits.
Actually, a really cool effect.
Hé, hé, réveille. Allez, on se secoue.
Parlez d'une chute. Votre parachute s'est mis en torche. J'ai cru qu'on vous reverrait plus. J'espère que les autres s'en sont sortis. Ça m'étonnerait que leur patron nous ait vu arriver. Alors on tient toujours l'effet de surprise. Vous avez toujours votre matos, alors je vous laisse choisir. Vous la jouez discrète ou tirez dans tous les sens. On se retrouve toujours au point de jonction à l'intérieur. Ensuite, on ira sauter ces pièces d'artillerie. Faites attention à vous. Les rouges ne font pas de prisonniers. Bonne chance.
There we go. Thank you, Benji. So Benji is our partner on this special mission. He's climbing the rocks. We're going to take the pipes. Oh, level up. Let's see, we don't need medicine here. Honestly, we don't need anything for this DLC. Would be nice to get a little bit more small arms, since we're going to be using that a lot. And big guns, why not? Alright, so this DLC strips away the RPG elements of Fallout. You cannot loot enemies. Enemies despawn. This is the only way you heal. You have to touch the red pack. Your ammo is limited. You can only get ammunition from dispensers. It's very interesting. It's nice to see that they tried to do a different game. You see that guy just despawned. It feels like a different type of game. Now, it wouldn't be Fallout if we didn't, you know, exploit that. You know, well, we'll show you an exploit here. But I think it is still really interesting. Sniper pickup. Pop off our health. Assault rifle. There's another one. There you are. He doesn't notice us, I don't think. Well, maybe he does. So the only way to get ammunition is by interacting with these containers. It only gives you a set amount. But if you just get your ammunition and drop it on the floor, like that, it will give you more. Voila. And, oh man, I thought our game crashed. There we go. Now we have triple the ammunition that we should have. Unfortunately, you cannot do that for the health, because the health is not an item. But you can only interact with these red glowing items. It's an interesting gameplay decision. You know, I'm not going to fault him for it. I'm glad it feels different. And because we don't have to loot enemies, and our weapons do not degrade, technically they do. So the way they did the weapon degradation is, they just gave the weapons like 900, no, like 9,000 health. And so the weapons do technically degrade, but you would have to shoot them for hours and hours to degrade the weapons, as opposed to regular gameplay where they degrade, you know, relatively quickly. So that means if you use console commands, you can actually spawn in one of these weapons of the special versions and have a near infinite, like a practically infinite ammo weapon. And here's the unique weapon from the DLC, the Gauss rifle, which is basically, I think it's an energy weapon, sniper, and critical hits will will knock down the target. But unfortunately, there's a glitch where critical hits that knock down don't do any damage. So it's kind of a not so great weapon. It's fun though. I enjoy it. Makes a really good sound. Here's our buddy.
Putain, cet endroit est un vrai nid de rouge. J'ai bien failli y rester. Ouais, j'ai...
Now we have our partner.
Wow. Attention près de ces corniches. La chute est vraiment longue. Réveille. Il y a du monde devant. Voyez jusqu'à la... Oh! Le gros de la salope.
And Benji is a pretty good partner. He does decent damage. He's not completely useless.
Franchis cette route vite. Je croyais que c'était moi le conseiller de tous. Réveille. Benji a quelque chose à faire.
And so they wanted to make collectibles in this DLC. But they didn't want it to be locked behind level. So that's a very easy door. And you have to find a suitcase. And if you find 10 suitcases, you get a perk at the end of the DLC. Which is not a very good perk, but it's something. You know, it's cute. And since this is a PS3 game, you could see very clearly. This is real. That's all like low poly. And then skybox.
Si je peux passer une journée sans voir une passerelle, je mourrai heureux. Chopez-les. C'est comme ça qu'on fait, papy.
Terrible aim.
J'en ai un plein la musette. Je m'occupe.
I think there's a couple more once we cross the bridge.
Là-bas, là-bas, chopez-les. Là-bas.
Here's another box. Thank you, Benji.
Qui est là donne accès à la base d'artillerie. Je ne sais pas ce qu'ils ont prévu pour nous, alors mieux vaut ouvrir l'œil.
We can come across this bridge or we can take the side way. We're going to take the side way. And you can see it doesn't really matter which way we take. We just end up getting shot at anyways. Get a little heal up. Before we go in here, I'm going to take a short break. I'm going to refill my coffee and use the restroom. We'll be right back. And we're back. All right. Got some fresh coffee. No sugar in this one. This is a nice little gauntlet room. Playing this on PlayStation 3 was pretty miserable. Just because the sensitive game, he's clipped through the. Come on, don't do this to me. There we go. PlayStation 3 sensitivity was really bad. A lot easier on PC. And now that we're actually getting some kills, I think this is a good time to bring up. If you play Fallout 3, the amount of experience you get from getting kills in combat changes depending on the difficulty. And since we're playing on very easy, we're actually leveling a lot slower than we normally would. Here's another box. They changed that for Fallout New Vegas, so that Fallout New Vegas you'll get all the experience depending on whatever you kill. But Fallout 3 is a much shorter game, so you reach max level anyways, if you do any amount of side content, really. Here's another door. I think there are 4 boxes to collect. Here's number 4. Oh, you guys were a little late for the party. One guy around here. You can see this facility is nice and large. Good sense of scale here. You get to hear this distant artillery, and you get to look at all their ammunition. Thankfully, I don't think they explode if you shoot them, so we're safe. Is there a guy here? Is he downstairs? See him on the map. There you are. Okay, another door. This one only has an audio log. Because there are 4 in this first mission, and then 2 down every path of the final mission. Rowell, thank you for the follow. Now we get to fight our favorite enemies in the game,
Ouais, ouais, je me suis trompé. Continuons.
and they turn invisible, which is lovely. Actually, let's get something automatic for these guys.
Tout comme mon pays, Coco.
I don't think these guys are that bad compared to the there's some invisible guys in the first Fear game, and those guys are miserable. But these guys aren't too bad. But when they're invisible, you cannot target them with VATS. You cannot do the auto aim. Uh-oh. That's a phone call I have to answer. I will be right back. That's my new shift. There we go. That was a lot earlier than I expected. I was expecting a phone call at 1. It is not even noon. That's for my shift for all of next year. And good news, I got the same shift. So my hours don't have to change. I could keep taking my French class. What a pain in the butt. I mean, that's part of the work that I do is kind of, the hours kind of suck. But honestly, I work 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, with one day changing. Which is, you know, it's fine. Like, honestly, the 3 days off a week makes it worth it. Right, and then they're pretty good at scheduling me, so I have Monday nights off, which is when I do French. So I've been doing that for a little over a year. I used to work nights, and I kind of prefer nights in general, but at this job, the people who work night shift are kind of the kind of people you don't want to work with. So here's the cannons. They're destroying our troops. Let us put the explosive on them. And you better run, because these are big explosions. Actually, can we watch the first one? There, oh wow. Yeah, but thankfully I got the same shift, the one that I wanted. So my life gets to stay mostly the same, which is fine. You know, I'd rather have it that way. That way I can get off work and then watch the gloomy streams. Yeah, I don't know. And then, like, that way I go to bed at like 9 or 10 and I feel decent, which is, you know, makes me feel like a normal person. Because when you work night shift, you know, you kind of have like a really fucked up schedule. Alright. And with the exploding, there we go. And it automatically just kind of loads us out of this.
Vous avez fait du bon travail en éliminant ces canons. Du très bon travail.
And if you let the general continue, he talks shit to you.
Malheureusement, pendant...
Okay, now we have to walk over here.
Bon. Faites attention, soldats. Je ne
So he
vous
explains
fais
to
pas
us that this is the map of
installer des
Anchorage.
forces de campagne ici.
Whoa, he was sliding around there.
Sûr maintenant qu'il n'y a plus d'artillerie.
We are at the edge that is closer to us. There are 3 paths, and that kind of box at the far end is the refinery. That's the final area. It's fairly simple to get through. You can take your time, but it's not really worth it, since the only thing you need is the intel suitcase in each area. So we can probably knock this out within an hour, to be honest. Let's try to hit it. I love his coat. Look at that coat. Flared collar.
Lorsque vous aurez traité les 2 premières cibles, le dernier obstacle sera leur saleté de champ à impulsion.
Got a big old cigar in the ashtray. Coffee cup on the computer tablet. I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Un avertissement. Si vous n'avez pas envie d'y rester, n'approchez pas du champ à impulsion.
And no, you cannot walk while he's talking. You have to stand there and listen.
Le lieutenant sera vos yeux et vos oreilles pendant cette opération. Alors demandez-lui tout ce dont vous pourrez avoir besoin. L'oncle Sam a investi beaucoup pour vous transformer en machine à tuer. C'est le moment de le rembourser. Rompez.
Okay, so now we have to talk to this guy, who's kind of a smartass. And this part is a little bit weird. You get tokens. Actually, let's use this terminal first. We get to pick what type of weapons we want to use. We're just going to use... Fire team? Okay, I think this is the one with the assault rifle. We get to pick 3 soldiers, right? We have 3 soldiers to pick, but we only have 5 tokens to spend, right? So, an assaultman, grenadier are 1 marker each. A sniper or a missile launcher, 2 marker each. Mr. Gutsy, which is a light robot, 3, or a big robot for 4. Right? Honestly, I just go assault, guys. Maybe, I don't know. I guess we could take a Mr. Gutsy. Why not? I never do. Lock in. Deploy group. Thank you. That's all done. Let us... Actually, now that we're in front of a map, let's pull up the map. Just a second here. Yes, we're back with the map. So here's Anchorage. Anchorage is a port town in Alaska. Not the capital of Alaska, oddly enough. In the game, Anchorage has a refinery. I do not think there is a refinery in Anchorage. It is the biggest place. It is the biggest city in Alaska, but I don't think there's a refinery. There is a military base there. And that's about it, to be honest. Most of the oil's done up north, much further up north. Right? And it's a decent town. The wages are really high, but everything's really expensive just because of the location. And then if we want to pull back and we look at where it is compared to China, I mean, would you really invade Alaska of all places? I don't know. I think that's neat. But, you know, it's whatever. All right, enough screwing around. Here's our troops. There is 1 drug we get to use. I love a woman who's covered in blood. She gives you 5 injections of Psycho, which increase your damage. Gotta make sure we use that.
Qu'est-ce qu'il vous faut, soldat?
Give me my gun. He gives us an assault rifle, 12 frag grenades, and a French knife. We are gonna glitch this out again. There is a speech check we could do to get the Gauss rifle, but honestly it's too much trouble.
Eh bien, on dirait qu'on va donner... Et vous les méritez largement.
Okay, alright, she's wearing a tank top, come on. Don't give me that. Okay, so now we get to order them around. Let's attack the mining town on the way to the listening outpost. And fortunately, these guys just run over there. And we can follow them. Right? The middle area is complete death right now. And each one of these areas just has a, you know, maybe some unique enemies and stuff. This guy's gonna get his head blown off.
Martinet, merde, c'est quoi ces conneries? Il est sur cette crête, juste là.
Oh!
Bordel,
Oh, shit!
La ville minière
Wow,
grouille
bro
de
smoking a
soldats.
cigarette?
On reste ici pour le...
Dude, I wish. I wish. Okay, attack the enemy. That's Carmine. I don't know if you ever played Metal Gear. That's Carmine. That guy's a real asshole. Any enemies that have missiles or explosives always cripple your limbs, and they're a real bitch to deal with. Not because they hurt you that much, but the crippled limbs fucks up your aim. Is it over here? No, it's further up. Ah, there it is. Got the briefcase. Thank you.
Là-bas, là-bas, chopez-les.
Yeah, take a nap, Bri. It's okay. I'll be here yapping. You turn me down if you have to. We get to save this trooper.
L'attaque contre la ville minière est ouverte. Je vous ferai un nouveau...
Being in virtual Anchorage. There's a lot less depressing places than Alaska. I hope you dream about those instead. Alright, he put his gun away. That means we're done with the
Entier à la
assault.
ville minière. On attend vos nouveaux ordres.
We're gonna go to the listening outpost. But we had some soldiers die. Send me another robot, please. Unfortunately, during this part, we get assaulted by invisible snipers. One of those fuckers right now.
Là-bas, chopez-les.
Thankfully, they don't stay invisible. Did we lose anybody? We lost one. That's fine.
L'avant-poste est devant.
Give me a grenadier, why not? And let's attack. Ooh, maybe let's use a grenade here. We do have 50 explosives. Hey, there we go. There is one more box in the listening outpost. I think it's underneath some stairs. That's a non-combatant. I don't know why that guy was carrying a rifle, though. Here's the box. This next room is a bit of a slut because there's a bunch of invisible enemies here. There's another one there. Okay, we're moving through the listening facility. I don't think there's any side objectives here. Just have to kill everybody. Another invisible guy here. And another one in here.
Ça devrait être le dernier.
And as soon as you're done with this, the objective, boom, pops us right back.
Lieutenant Thomas Morgan, renseignement et logistique, à votre service.
Oh, I can't see.
Vous tirez.
There we go.
À vos ordres.
Allez tout le monde, je vais faire de vous des stars. Prenez une pause héros.
Here's a reference to the Anchorage Memorial in the game.
Très bien, c'est ça, parfait.
And they're doing the pose from the sculpture.
Poste vous remercie. Qui sait, peut-être que quelqu'un transformera cette photo en statue un jour.
Pretty cool. 400 rounds. Let's see if we can get a little bit more here. All right.
Avant-poste nettoyé.
Honestly, the Mr. Gutsy's not that great. Let's get a missile guy. And we're going to go to the ice camp on the way to the Chimera Depot. Still deadly over there. Get to watch some war crimes over here.
Le campement gelé est tout proche. On attend ici pour l'instant. Quels sont les ordres?
And we're gonna attack the camp.
Reçu. Nous allons attaquer l'ennemi au campement.
This one is a pretty straightforward assault, but since the areas are a little bit open, they tend to do some decent damage to you. Get a heal. Don't need any ammo. Ooh, nice missile. Oh, friendly fire. Whoops. Here's a fun little reference. Snowman. Snowman. Dead snowman. Did he put a sad face on him? He did. Wow. There is a box right there. And we got one more enemy over here.
Merci. Ils nous ont eu par surprise. J'ai eu de la chance. Trouver des papiers. Merci de m'avoir sauvé. Bonne chasse.
campement, je l'ai nettoyé. On attend les ordres.
Okay. And now let us go to the Chimera Depot. Except this time, instead of invisible snipers, we're going to go over here to fight walking landmines. Only time in the series we see them is in this DLC. And fortunately, the AI is pretty good at taking them out. Yeah, better just to let them do the job. You don't really get too much experience from those things either way.
Les seuls bons cocos sont les cocos morts.
À vos ordres.
Quels sont vos ordres pour le groupement tactique? Reçu.
Now we're going to attack the Chimera Depot. These guys are kind of a pain in the butt to get because they have some cover. Now the Chimera tanks, I think there's only one of them in the game that you actually fight, and he's up ahead. There's our box. Top off our health.
C'est comme ça qu'on fait dans l'armée.
Instead of the other one where you just killed everybody, this one has an objective. Put an explosive charge on it. Oh, thank you. Nice missiles. That's what I like to see. There's the Chimera tank. Cooking dinner instead? Okay. Well, we're fighting a drill tank. Come on, missile guys. There we go. That's the only one in the game of that. And we're going to blow up the second fuel tank, and I think that's the objective. Benji, you probably shouldn't stand there, guy. Alright, good. Perfect. I don't think it matters that there's a couple enemies left. It just teleports us out. Very good, I think. Oh, level up. Nice. Okay, we got explosives to where we want it to be. Medicine, let's get it to 50. Science is still really low. We don't really care. That like comes later. Heavy weapon. Let's do energy weapons. Level 10 perks. Night person. A serious stranger here and now. That's useless. Finesse. Nice. Nice to have. Not necessary. We're gonna finish off our big gun. 15 plus. No, hold on. I want to change my thing. Whoops. Make sure we mute that. There was... Okay, I think this is the one. Because I want the package with a shotgun.
Qu'est-ce qu'il vous faut, soldat?
There we go. We get the combat shotgun. Got some mines, got a pistol. There we go. Now we're ready. Are we gonna get lucky?
Rappelez-vous que ce matériel appartient.
16%. That's a hell of a gamble.
Désolé.
Failed.
Bon, maintenant il n'y a plus que vous et moi. Allons abattre ce champ à répulsion.
So now it's just me and Benji. We're gonna save.
Vos ordres.
And we're gonna go down, straight down the middle. Clear all this shit out.
À vos ordres.
Into the trenches. And now this section is mostly just walking. Oh, here's a guy. Hello. Oh. And you see there's walls, right? Like we're still on rails. You know, it's not just like an open area. Free this soldier. And we got one more box. I think we just need the last one. Pretty sure. Yeah. There's a reason why we got the shotgun. There's an oil pipeline. Very American. I think there's a couple, yeah, little fucking robots in here. I don't think we have to go here. Because I think there's just a computer here that gives you some lore. And a health pack. Yeah.
Contact hostile potentiel.
Cible à proximité.
And maybe I was just mistaken. I think we just gotta run through this area. Okay. Do we have another ammo dispenser? I'm not sure. So we're stocking up now. The final boss of this DLC has a comic amount of health. And I have been soft locked on him before. So we are just gonna make sure we got a ridiculous amount of ammo. This is a trap. Turn left. We can hear a helicopter. Those are our troops coming in to help us out. Look at that cool vertibird taking off. Now some real Fallout nerds would say this this simulation is inaccurate because a vertibird would not have existed at the time of the simulation. And you know what I say to that is, that's stupid, you big nerd. Of course a freaking VTOL chip is going to be cool. Like, come on. So they have this big electric field. It's a torture device. It makes you like walking on a carpet with socks on. It makes you shock everything. And unfortunately for this guy, wearing metal armor, poor guy, you can't walk across this with metal armor. Here's the refinery. Over there in the distance is Anchorage proper. Look at those polygons. You could barely make that thing out. Box. I think that's all of them. Gotta press the button. Turn off the electric field. That lets our guys in armor move up and attack the refinery. You have to stand back here because you'll see they all pull out weapons at the exact same time. Right there. And those explosions can kill you. Alright. Here's another glitch. When you enter these doors, there is an autosave on the other side of the doors. If you die during the boss fight and it loads back into the autosave, you cannot start the boss fight again. It will glitch out. So you have to make a save outside the doors before walking in. Yes, I've been there before. Give me just a second here. We're back. Whoops. Yeah. So if you don't save here, you'll soft lock. I mean, you won't soft lock the game because you should have a save earlier. But yeah, if you depend on the autosave, you'll be stuck right here. I don't know enough Chinese to know if that was good or not. We're gonna kill you. Damage up. We're addicted. Great. We reload. Everybody freezes. And this guy starts walking towards us.
Ça ira, soldat. Repos.
Yes, sir.
Après la mort du général, nos gars peuvent nettoyer
With the
cette
death of the
raffinerie
general,
et
we can
rejoindre Anchorage
start
proprement dit.
cleaning
Vous
the
nous avez
refinery.
aidés à préparer la reprise de la ville au rouge, soldats. Beau travail. Vous avez également dépassé ce qu'exigeait le devoir en récupérant des infos sur les...
And he congratulates us for getting the suitcases, all 10 of them.
Ceci marque la fin de cette portion de votre instruction.
This is the end of your
Allez
training.
rendre compte à votre
Report to
supérieur et
your
obtenir
superior
votre
for your
prochaine
next
affectation.
assignment.
Rompez.
Ta-da!
Beau travail dans cette simulation. Il ne vous reste qu'à ouvrir l'arsenal. Et comme convenu, vous aurez droit à votre part. Si les archives disent vrai, il y en aura largement assez pour nous tous.
This guy's saying, thank you for your help. You can open up the armory. There should be plenty for all of us. You could take what you want. Okay. Now, during this section, this is where things get weird. These guys are all arguing that we are useless and we should, we should be killed and keep all the loot for themselves. But the other guys are pretty loyal to us and they're like, no, he helped us out. Just let him take whatever. Here's the armor. We're going to put this on. We still have Psycho. Yes, we do. On some medics, some buff out. We need to be full health for this.
Si vous venez aider,
See them arguing?
sinon dégagez.
Ça a assez duré. Bordel, Sibley, ce n'est pas le moment. Non, c'est le moment. Il est hors de question que je laisse quelqu'un du coin.
I think these guys are all aggressive. We want to try to make sure she doesn't die because she's our repair person.
Désolé, mais c'est moi qui décide.
Okay, we're waiting for the red.
Je ne tiens plus compte de vos ordres.
Waiting for the red.
Vraiment, vous n'allez pas vous en tirer comme ça. Non, vous n'allez pas vous en tirer en abandonnant les technos pour lesquels on a risqué notre peau. Allez griller en enfer, sale traite. Je vous retrouve là-bas.
There it is. Okay. So now they're red. They're aggro. If you shoot them before, everyone turns aggressive to you. So you gotta wait for them to turn red. How'd you miss that first shot? Okay. Ooh! Alright. We did it. No one died. I think we could talk to him.
Vous nous avez sauvés.
Okay, whatever. And then that lady. Where'd she go? There she is.
Si vous... Ça fait plaisir de vous revoir.
And she's a repair person. So we're going to repair the flamethrower. Nice. And all their junk on their dead bodies we could take. Let's see here. So out of this, we get some unique items from the DLC. A lot of ammunition here. We're going to take all this. We got the electric sword, which is cool. It does damage over time. We got a trench knife. That's useless. Pulse rifle. That thing slaps. And probably the most important thing is the Chinese stealth armor. And when you crouch, you turn invisible for free. So, you know, that's the most broken stealth armor in the game. Yeah, laser rifle. Just taking all their junk. Okay. Let's repair up what we got. Lose some weight. Now, we're probably not going to wear the Outcast power armor. We'll probably give it to a follower. Man, even with the +2 strength, we're 20 pounds overweight. This Chinese assault rifle's in bad condition. Missile launcher, that sucks. We're pretty good now. We'll take these again. Okay. Good to go. I think we beat that DLC in 80 minutes. Right? Oh, actually, let's look at this. Stats. Perks. One of the perks we get for finishing that simulation is power armor training. Usually you have to wait pretty far into the story for that. And Operation Discreet. Good job, soldier. You get, I think it's +3 sneak and +3 small guns, which are pretty pathetic. But it's cool, you know. Never hurts. Let's go back to our house and unload all of our junk. Ah, buff out, right. We gotta take some painkillers to be able to walk, because we're too heavy. Okay, put everything away and take out our usual stuff. And we'll take the... Actually, we can take out the flamethrower now. And the pistol. What type of armor do we want? I'm not sure. This armor is glitched. How fluent am I in French? Not very, but French vocabulary is pretty easy because I speak Spanish too. So I can usually make out what things are. Yeah, it's just speaking is really tough because there's so much grammar. There's so much grammar, it's insane. Yeah. So this armor is glitched. It's the armor from the simulation that has like infinite health. So it's really good armor. And honestly, that's a little bit broken for my taste. I don't really want to use it. I'd rather just, you know, I'd rather just use stuff that I can play with normally. Yeah, Bri, you said you were ESL, right? What language did you speak? Repair that. And I think we're good to go with this. we're gonna continue. We're gonna do the main quest now. Let's go over to the Fargot Metro Station secret. That's okay. That's okay. Technically, my first language is Spanish. But like, you know, I grew up in America, so you know, my English is honestly better than my Spanish at this point. And I never got a formal education in Spanish, so like reading is like hard, writing is like impossible. You know, just typical American things. Alright, so we're gonna make in the story what should be our first contact with the Brotherhood of Steel to find our father. Because technically, that's the story of this game. But I know where our father is, and we could just skip to that. But I like this mission because it's kind of like an escort mission. Where we get escorted, not we have to escort someone. Cool thing here, that gate is locked. We can use this computer to flood it with gas. And that helps us clear some of the enemies. Nice. We open this. We get a skill book. Energy weapons +1. Permanent +1. That was always a little bit broken about this game. Fallout New Vegas decided to revamp that. And thankfully they did. In Fallout New Vegas, there's skill books that are temporary, but give you a sizable up. And then there are very rare skill books that are permanent, but only give you like +3, +2, +3, which is how it should be, you know. I think if you collect all the skill books in this game, there's like over 100 of them. Oh, Quantum. We got lucky. Okay. Where are we going? Okay. To GNR Outpost that way. I think is it this way? No, that's blocked. One thing that's a little bit weird about this game is it doesn't really matter what armor you wear. They don't... No armors make like a difference in noise. So even though we're wearing like robot armor, we can still sneak around. And of course, you know, Fallout New Vegas fixed that. They added light, medium, and heavy armors, and they have different penalties based on what they are. On the right way? I hope so. Not lucky. Ah, yes, here we go. So typically in the game, we would go from the vault to Megaton, do some quests in Megaton. Moriarty, that asshole, would tell us, you need to talk to 3 Dog at Galaxy News Radio to find your father. And that's where we would presumably find these people for the first time. But if you just go to any of those areas to start off with, you can kind of sequence break. Right? And now here we are wearing our armor with an automatic weapon.
Ça a l'air d'aller.
Écoutez, je ne sais pas qui vous êtes, mais vous n'avez
And she'll still say like, wow, don't you know it's dangerous here? As if we're not wearing like full armor and everything. Okay.
Redim, sur moi.
And now these guys will guide us. Guide us through.
Quelle est la situation?
Here's a dead guy. We can take his armor. And in the early game, you do not have the perk to wear the armor. But you know, we do. We're gonna repair it to this armor because I like the silver look better than the red and black look. I think the red and black looks a little
Bien. Jennings,
cringe.
Négatif.
c'est quelqu'un d'égaré qu'on a ramassé. Tombé sur les moches dans la 42e.
Bienvenue.
D'accord. Dispositif habituel. Rodin, vous faites ce que vous dit le paladin Vargas et vous la bouclez.
Oui, madame.
All right. And now this is another one of these leveled encounters. If you do this really late, all of these super mutants will be the high leveled ones. Watch out for that car. But we're only at level 10. Oh my god. That happens with bodies sometimes. They'll just turn into spaghetti and fly off. I think these final guys are the ones that are a little bit tougher. Yeah, here we go. Okay, we're gonna go through and take their weapons. And we're gonna find a very special weapon on our friend over there. 8 mini nukes, power armor, and a fat man. And we're gonna save, because we could kill ourselves here. Okay, now this is scripted here. They come into the courtyard, we would fight these super mutants. They make some conversation.
Une fois à l'intérieur, on pourra fêter ça.
Ça, c'est parler.
And now she's gonna go stand by those completely non-explosive buses. Oh, she's dead. Now I have to fight this fucking guy. Alright. We're gonna hit him. Oh, we got him. There's only 5 of these guys in the whole game. So they're pretty rare.
J'imagine que c'est à mon tour de vous remercier. Quoi qu'il en soit, la zone est sûre. Alors vous pouvez aller voir Stray Dog si besoin est. Au fait, comme vous nous avez aidés, je vais vous laisser porter cette armure assistée.
Okay. So now the area is secure. We can go in and talk to Three Dog, who's not my favorite character,
Ce n'est pas votre faute, Vargas.
but I think we reached a good stopping point,
Et elle l'a prouvé aujourd'hui.
and we'll end it here. I think next time we're gonna do
Quand nous reviendrons
some
à
downtown
Citadel,
DC guys. Yeah, that's the radio guy.
il faut indiquer que le
I think,
Pascal
yeah.
Levine a réussi
I kind of want to sequence break it because I want him to,
Quelque chose à voir dans cette décharge.
if you know where your dad is, he doesn't hold that against you, and he'll give you alternate loot for the quest that he gives. So that's kind of why I want to like sequence break it. But this was a fun sequence, fighting all these mutants. We're gonna do a good save before we end, and let's have some fun. And on that note, I hope you have a good day.